Greg the Egg was reading his paper. He found out there was a load of ABBA CDs going cheap at his local record store. Here he goes, look. Here he goes, he goes. He goes, oh, and he's gone. He's gone. What a super fan. Hello, VC. This is Steve here. As you can see by the decor, I'm not at home. I'm back down south again, and it's a very interesting weekend this weekend. It's the bank holiday weekend. Also, it is the world famous Reading Festival. I travelled past it yesterday, and we saw the tents and the big tents, and as we went into Reading Station, it was absolutely chocker with kids wanting to go. But to be brutally honest, I've seen the lineup. I wouldn't pay the admission charge. It's just not worth it in my mind. It's very sort of lacklustre. I suppose these young kids, you can understand where they're coming from. They want to sample a few drugs and get drunk, and that. It's a first festival experience. Just for the music, it's not as good as it used to be, put it that way. I think they've got very, very commercial now, but I can remember in the 70s and 80s and 90s there used to be some awesome lineups, absolutely amazing lineups. Anybody's played there. But I was looking through the lineups, and me personally, I think the Kings of Leon are headlining it this year. It's just not my cup of tea. But it is a world famous event, and it makes me proud where my hometown is a provider of one of the best festivals in the world for rock music. It's really humbling. Wish could say the same for the football team. We've only got 1 point in 3 games. It's not going very well. So I went to shopping again this morning. I went to the record store very quickly. Didn't spend a lot of time in there. And also did a bit in the charity shop, and I got some good stuff out of there. The problem with this record collecting lot, I was having a chat with somebody this morning. I wish to God I took up crack, cocaine or heroin addiction instead of buying records. It's a lot cheaper. We was talking how much money we sort of spend on our records, but it's just, but I've got some good stuff anyway. But I better hold up the charity lot shop first. Did really well there. I'll say too, because they sort of tie in together. Talking of Reading Festival, Greg the Egg, Blackmore Rules might be familiar with this band. It's a band called The Vaccines. I saw it in the charity shop. I didn't pay $7.99 for it, and I'm going to give it a blast. It's a blind buy. I know nothing about them. All I know is they're playing at Reading this year. So yeah. I should just give them a try to see what they're like. But the next one I bought, definitely weren't a blind buy, was my today's bargain. These normally retail for about $4.99 in the record shop. Paid £2 for this one. I've got about 3 of these now, but when it comes to Rolling Stones box sets, I always buy them. As long as they're in good condition, I'm happy. The next one is Rancid, Greg. This will please Greg because he went to see him live. Great band, I believe they're from California, and I got this CD at the charity shop, paid 99p for it. That's a quick look at this CD, and it's like American punk from California, I believe. I might be wrong. It's got a nice little booklet with it. I think I've got a feeling I might have got this. I may be wrong. But yeah, you can't beat a bit of Rancid, a really, really good band. I always look out at Offspring, that was the band I was thinking of. They're a bit like the Offspring, I always look out for them 2 albums. Now, the next one was a DVD. And the reason why I bought it, it cost me £2. And my eyes nearly popped out the head when I saw it. You don't see many of these in charity shops. That's Led Zeppelin, that is the film. The song remains the same. I cannot wait to see this. I think I've seen it before, but it would have been a long, long time ago. But I can't wait to reacquaint myself with that. Now, talking of Led Zeppelin, another thing I picked up is this guy. Now, if you look at the forums, it's a guy called Robert Johnson. I'm just peeling the price tag off because you can't see. And he basically inspired Jimmy Page, when they were doing the early Led Zeppelin numbers. There's a lot of controversial, because you read it on this YouTube lark, and a lot of people say, oh, Page ripped off Robert Johnson and all this. A lot of them did. But don't forget, it wasn't just Led Zeppelin, it was the Rolling Stones. A lot of the bands were not ripping them off, but copying the early blues bands. The biggest one with that were the Rolling Stones. Look how many blues songs they've covered. But yeah, this is a guy, he's very, very influential. He didn't last very long, he died early, I believe. But I wasn't going to leave this in the record shop for 99p. It's a blue CD, but he was very influential with bands like Stones, Led Zeppelin. That's the charity shop haul. Now, these ones were absolutely amazing. I'll start with this one. When it came to Anthrax, I came very late to the party, but I picked this one up. I don't think I've heard this one before, but I can't really talk about this. But this is this one. It's called Ignition. No, it's not. It's called Anthrax. I don't know what it's called, but there you go. I'll give you a listen to and come back on that one. But yeah, when it came to Anthrax, I was more into Slayer. And unfortunately, Metallica, sort of Megadeth, and Anthrax didn't get looking to me till later. The best two pickups of the day. This one I picked up and got it for a good price as well. And it's one of Man-O-War's I haven't got. This is another band I was late coming to the party with, and I got another CD. I'll just show you it inside as well. And it's got a great cover on. Got a feel it could be a live album, but I might be wrong. But yeah, it's just an amazing album. I might be wrong. But yeah, it's not very sort of just the lyrics. Got that their logo. Yeah, so that was a great pickup today. Didn't pay a lot of money for it either, so I was well chuffed. And the best one of the lot was, for me, is this one, the Mighty Bolt Thrower. And this is my favourite death metal band of all time. I always collect their stuff when I can afford it, and I picked that up. They were from Coventry originally, which I came through there yesterday to get here. And for information's sake, another band that was very, very famous in the UK that came from Coventry was Specials. But yeah, it's just a typical Bolt Thrower. I can't wait till I play this tonight. I shall definitely give this a spin in the next day or so. It's just an absolutely amazing CD. You can't go wrong with Bolt Thrower. It's sort of really, really good quality death metal, and one of my heroes when it comes to death. Also, when I'm at home and I feel like listening to a piece of death metal, they're usually the first band to go to. Now, the only vinyl album I bought today was another band I was late coming to the table to. And this is the 1990 pressing of Megadeth's Rust in Peace. I used to own this and it got nicked, and this is in absolutely cracking condition. It's excellent, excellent plus all round. And it's the 1990 press on Combat and Capitol. I think it's an original press, or it's a very, very near reissue, but I'm pretty sure it's an original. But I've been looking at this for ages, and I treated myself to it today. And it's got the booklet inside. That's all the band members, and it's got the lyric sheet as well. It's absolutely beautiful condition. It looks like it's just come off, when they make them at the factory. It is just so crisp and clean, look. And it's hard to believe this record is nearly 30 years old, and not a mark on it. Yeah, it's absolutely spotless. It's on Capitol Records. I'll get it out and show you. I think it's a regional UK issue. I might be wrong, but it's an absolute immaculate condition. The only thing I can think of, it originally came out in Combat, and this was a re-release on Capitol. But again, Megadeth was one of the bands I was late coming to the party to. But yeah, this album was an absolute killer. I got it at a good price as well. It's an absolute killer album. It's their sort of major album, and I paid a good price for it. But it's an excellent plus. You don't see them like in that sort of condition very often. Anyway, there'll be more for me this weekend anyway, 'cause it is a bank holiday. I shall probably leave it to this weekend, maybe Monday or Tuesday after the bank holiday. But I hope you've enjoyed this little offering, and I hope everybody has a good bank holiday in England, and just love each other. Take care, bye.